Okay, I think I just pieced something together and nobody's really talking about it. You remember how Monday Night Raw used to be bright, flashy, cartoonish even? They had real new generation vibes.
Welcome everybody to Monday Night Raw!
But then Raw goes overseas on March 3rd, 1997. They go to Berlin, Germany.
Tonight, the eyes of the world are once again on Berlin.
It's just one episode, right? No big deal, or so I thought. But here's the part that blew my mind. The very next week, when WWE came back to the States, Raw just wasn't Raw anymore. Brand new intro. It had explosions, dark lightning, nukes in the background, heavy metal music, and even the crowd energy felt different. It's like a completely different show, and I'm sitting here like, wait, did Berlin change everything?
For nearly 30 years, this terrible wall symbolized the world's division. But the people of Berlin tore it down on November 9, 1989.
Then Vince McMahon goes there and suddenly comes back with Raw as War. You telling me that's just a coincidence?
And for you, Bret Hart, your obsession with me and the World Wrestling Federation Championship, it will ultimately be your destruction. I'll say something to Bret Hart right now. If you ain't in the back crying.
But what happens next? Bret gets more frustrated, Austin gets louder, and by WrestleMania 13, they do that double turn with the blood running down Austin's face, and Austin becomes the anti-hero. Bret Hart becomes that bitter veteran.
You cheered on a pretty boy like Shawn Michaels, and you allowed him to screw me out of the World Wrestling Federation Championship belt. And you take a gutless creep like Stone Cold Steve Austin and beat him to a bloody pulp, even though he knows, and you all know, that he lost. You cheer him on the way back to the dressing room like he won.
The torch gets passed, and then the Attitude Era officially begins. But here's the part that hit me hard. Everybody gives Stone Cold credit, and yeah, he ran with it, but the truth is Bret built it. Without Bret, there is no Austin Rise.
One man who can indeed speak the truth. That man is Bret the Hitman Hart!
Stone Cold Steve Austin, you got a lot of nerve even showing up here tonight. Because you know and I know that I played it simply just kicked your ass in WrestleMania 13.
One of these days, I'm gonna look down at your grave, and the reason he's laying here is because Steve Austin whipped his pink and black, and that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so.
Without Bret, there is no Austin Rise. There is no Raw as War, and there is no Attitude Era. It's almost poetic. Bret ushered in the new era just so Austin could take it from him.
When I actually take that lousy, stinking hyena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and beat him to a bloody pulp, you somehow find it in your hearts to abandon me and cheer for him.
So maybe Berlin wasn't just a location. Maybe it was a signal of the old world ending and something raw and real about to explode. The moment Vince left Berlin, WWE stopped being a show and became a war. Bret Hart had a heated on-air run-in with Vince McMahon, and it left fans and even some people backstage wondering how much of it was actually planned out. You have Triple H in the ring with the Patriot. Vince McMahon is at commentary. It's business as usual. And then suddenly Bret walks out.
Pittsburgh next week.
Here's Bret Hart. Owen Hart and the Bulldog.
No idea why.
No entrance music, no showboating. He just went straight to the announce table because he was upset that Shawn Michaels was announced as a special referee for his next match.
I do think it was Shawn Michaels who asked to be the guest referee.
Something that was in the storyline, but the way Bret handled it, that's where things get blurry.
Stop it! Stop it! Damn it! Damn you, Bret! Stop it!
Now, in wrestling, moments like that can be mapped out in advance, or they can be an ad-lib designed to just add heat. It's important to know that this wasn't quote-unquote Mr. McMahon yet. This was Vince McMahon, the commentator, the executive being drawn into action in a way that fans weren't used to.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here in Halifax, trying to get a little bit of order and some decorum restored here. And I don't know where we're supposed to go.
Scripted or not, this became the first glimpse of Vince as a physical on-screen presence. Because months later, that version of Vince would evolve into one of the most iconic villains. You know, the boss who feuded with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Vince McMahon is leaving the broadcast position. Apparently got word from the back of something. If you can, how about telling us what you told Vince? We'd like to know what's going on back there.
Now, Bret Hart is often remembered for his in-ring work and championships, but moments like this show he had value as a storyteller. He could blur the line between performance and authenticity better than a lot of people. Whether this was 100% planned or Bret was just taking liberties to make it feel more real, it worked. And it changed the way Vince was presented forever. This night was a quiet turning point for Vince, for Bret, and for the future Attitude Era. Even the wild changes that came after, Shawn Michaels turning more edgy, teaming with Hunter Hearst Helmsley. It started because Bret kicked the door open. If Bret could break the rules, everyone else could too. Bret lit the match. Austin made it explode, but the spark that set it all in motion was Bret Hart. Austin made the Attitude Era famous, but Bret Hart made it possible. Without him, Vince is never the bad guy. The fans never get their real rebel hero, and wrestling history changes forever. He made the boss a villain. That moment is the seed that would grow into the biggest rivalry in wrestling history.